And I'll return. And I'm running around the river vale again. I'm gonna head over to the river and go to the to puppets. I need 15 of those for this quest here. So I figure, hey, might as well knock those out. Rivervale is one of those murderous places in the world of Laura. And out of it, the undertow puppets are some of the less murderous things in the Rivervale area of it, I should say. This quest is pump out of order. You get it from picking a pump, as you might imagine. And near the beginning of this zone. So, we'll try to... Oh, look at that. Initiate engine. 5. But anyway, yeah, gotta try to get 15 of these folks. One way over there. They're all along the river in this area of the river. So if you need any of them, here they are. They also are elementals, so if you have the elemental healing legend, these guys will update that class. You can drop the parts you need for it, theoretically. I actually need some Nightbloods as well, and for the most part, the Nightbloods are for heroics, but there are a few of them that are not for heroics, and those are the ones that I want to occasionally grab some of, because those are the ones that I can kill without having to try to cut all over the place and possibly die anyway. Ideally, to find these guys who are non-heroic, just kind of hanging around nearby the heroics. And, you know, you can get one or two of those every now and then. And, moves you toward the goal. Unfortunately, I think that might have been the only one of them right here that was non-heroic. Better than none. Let's go ahead and make for these 100 puppets. We're at 6 out of 15 of these guys. Do not speak their language yet. I think they speak pure magic. I think they might be some of the ones who need to do words of pure magic for. Got yet another one. I don't know that I can handle that. This thing. Give myself a moment to recover here, laying on the ground, considering my life choices. The in death wears off. Let me get 2 seconds. No, that's more like it. At this point, I'm in quiet mode again to take puppets. I'll give myself a minute longer here to regenerate. Because I like to add up and then get like, as you can see, and then you start with 1 and then end up with 4 or 5 a lot of times. So these guys just, you can see quite a distance and they would just pile up on you. Get some of these carnivorous rippers on me. But most of those do drop off and hit the land. There's one area where they just follow you up onto the land, but for the most part, they'll drop off. Alright, 2 more of those guys to go, and we'll have the undertow folks that we need for that quest. It's on the other side about rid of that. Let's see. What if we just go in theirs? And we'll walk right around it. Now the undertow puppet itself can see through those. You see that it's coming out of there. I believe it can see further than its compatriots, and so I'll just let it see me. Just like that. Alright, no more underfoot puppets on the flat. It's looking like I probably won't be on for too long today. It's a Saturday, and sounds like there's going to be a Magic Gathering draft today. And so, I will be participating in that. That's all of those spice that I needed. I don't think that I can get rid of the rest of these that are up right now. So let's see here. What have we? Insert by current zone. Toward over there. Nope. I've enchanted Raspberry and over there. Anything that? I think the Twisted Premium Straw lyrics. Ah, yes, I'm looking more at the still good from the robbers, but I want to do that right now. I feel like I probably don't. Have a bone blood soldier situation that I can honestly just delete at something. Whenever I don't have room for it, because I can do it, but I don't really need to do it. I've done it already. But maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. I do have a number of things I could do in the period, so maybe that's the next place I go. Maybe I have a bit of it. Still have quite a few things to finish in the into the private pool, and some to finish in Obelisk Lost Souls as well. But right now, I think I go over to the Spirit. Because I don't have a lot of time left, and the Spirit is just a couple of hops away. I can't do the Obelisk by myself. I doubt I could get very far in the Temple of Closet Food either. I keep thinking I ought to get some better gear, but I haven't done much in any of that. I did get this bow from a quest the other day. It's not the best bow in the world, obviously, but it's not a terrible bow, really. I was pretty bad off on my bow situation. That's another thing you need to do right there, is some crafting. I'm up to like level 49 jewelry, I think. But I need to get a good number of levels pretty soon. I also need to do the boat quest and the journey to the Furet. I think these edge guys would finish off the city writ that I have. Pretty sure that's what these for. And there's only 3 left of those. 6 more after that one. Let's see here, we are almost to level 28 as a guild, which is cool. We're not going to make it to 30 by the time that this beta comes out of don't think. Because that's coming out on December 10th, and it is currently November 29th, so I mean, it's a possibility we might make it, but I doubt it. I think the Vicious Ripper is the only aggro thing in this particular body of water here. Great, Jabba, thank you for the contribution. How's it going with you this morning? Well, it's slightly afternoon now. Hello, RK Laverian. Let me know how badly I pronounced that. Is it R. Laverian or is it RK Laverian? I like R. Laverian. Still AM where you're at? Nice. It's fine, no asset. I think there's hooked at older idlers and group tried to kill them, I don't know. So how are you folks doing today? And the Netherlands, nice. And some of the others around here are all kind of from that region. What part of the Netherlands you in? Not morning for you, for sure. Let's see, it's probably, what, 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening? These guys here always come in groups. And like most things in the spirit, they're kind of spread out, and you can't really tell right off how many there are in any given group. But anytime you see any of these kind of guys wandering around, just get rid of them. If they look alone, you're around alone. The voodoo says, I miss the Netherlands. I just came back last week. The voodoo, you from the Netherlands, or are you just visiting there? There for 2 weeks on business, I see. And which part of the Netherlands were you in? Amsterdam and The Hague. Interesting. Company had the European trade show, says WD. Interesting again. Well, how did it go? Seem to be out of outreach and trading stands to they acquire a your house visit soon. Voodoo says it was good. It was cold reading and I'm a huge sweater. When I got off the plane in Houston, I was like, oh my god, so hot. Yes, in Houston, you're probably, how's the humidity going for you there? Never been in the Netherlands, but I'm making the assumption that it is not as humid there as in Houston. The video says not so bad. I live about 25 miles north of Houston. I feel for you because you're still in Houston at that point. Much more than I lived in Phoenix, yeah. Sure, that's true. It's the average humidity in Phoenix, like 1 to 2%. Is that on a wet day? Moved here for work a few years ago and still getting used to it. Yeah, I would think so. I've never been to Phoenix, but I've heard terrible things about it. Been to Houston more often than I'd like. Jibba jabba. Not impressed with Houston. Yeah, Houston was. It's not great. There are worse places. I personally think Dallas is worse. Dallas Fort Worth, the Metroplex. We'll just say the Metroplex is worse. Jibba Jabba's from Houston. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jibba Jabba. Fortunately, don't have to stay. Let's see what Lisa says. Lisa says, you know me well, and I likes that you bring me yummy good chews. Here's special goodness for you. Take. See you around. I say, see you around. And that was my last quest for Riza. Jibba Jabba says, I always get lost on Dallas Iris. Well, you know what? The key is to not get too set in the lane, right? So they'll have these big signs and they'll say like, okay, you're going to get off on exit, whatever. It doesn't really matter what it says. And they'll have a little arrow pointing down doing this lane, right? Well, that's a temporary situation because really you may end up doing in a lane 2 lanes over from the one that you're at. But they'll tell you at the last minute, like, oh, did we say that lane in the middle? No, we meant in the far right. Get over here if you're going to go on that exit. So you just got to be on your toes with those signs and also be aware that if there's an accident, well, you may get diverted, who knows where. And just be ready for that at all moments. I can tell you that these days when I go to Dallas, I use Waze, like WAZE. If you don't have Waze, you are at a severe disadvantage in the Metroplex. Devoodoo says, wife and I looked for good schools in our ghetto, so we moved to the Woodlands. Good luck, man. That's all I can say. Houston, good luck. And to be fair, I think just schools across the board are always a little bit going downhill, just everywhere, I think. I think I've already gotten these static shinies, but I will go and make sure that I have them. I don't like to click them again if I already do have them, because that kind of takes it away from somebody else, but I'm going to do it because I'm in a hurry. Because if I do have it, which in this case I do, I have to just destroy it, unfortunately. Nothing else to do with it because it's no trade. Sad but true. I'm going to have to get going here in a few minutes. But I definitely want to try to pick these up real quick before I do. Like I said, I may already have them. I'm just not confident that I have them, and I would hate to be running around looking for them later on, not realizing, oh, that's a static shiny that I ought to have already picked up. And I may recognize it, but it's just the names are... It's all like first lieutenant this, and second lieutenant that, and it's I don't necessarily remember which one is which. The leader says, Jibba Jabba, I work on Greens Point, not too far from the mall. Heard so many bad things before moving. Freaked me out. Yeah. I feel you. But I mean, you were coming from Phoenix, so, Range point was the place we all avoided, says Jibba Jabba, that in Sharpstown. I avoid Houston as much as possible, just in general. Jibba notices I left. Yeah. We had to get that last hit on me. This guy's gonna attack me, but I'm just going to res him and hope I can get this with his friend attacking me. Good. Alright. And then turns out I don't even need it. I would have thought. What a shame. There is another one down here. And I may not have that one. I'm gonna have to get this update and then probably get because I'm getting text messages from people saying, hey, I'm out of the cave. Blood bouncers up, so not the name, just his placeholder. The spiders are the same way as the lizards, man. If you see one, there's a crew of them just waiting for you. Jibba Jabba says your comment on schools going downhill, couldn't agree more. Yeah, it seems to be pretty much across the board. No, the Northern Night Fugitive is up if you need him. I don't think I do, but I did need that page. I thought I did. Alright, guys, I have got to run. I know it was a short session. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me so that you can see when I go live with determined notifications. Jibba Jabba says they only teach standardized tests, and if it's so much emphasis on college plans. Like, that's cool, they do that. But in 8th grade, if it's so much emphasis, much pressure on the kids. Absolutely. And, to be fair, college isn't for everyone. I mean, I personally went to college, but it was 100% not necessary. It depends on what you want to do with your life, what your goals are. If you don't need a college degree in order to do the things that you're wanting to do with your life, then it's better to just go towards your goal. If that doesn't include college, that's okay. And making kids feel like you have to go to college and that's the logical next step, that's not always true. It absolutely depends on what you want to do. And if what you want to do maybe is a trade or something like that, it would actually benefit you to skip college and go begin your goal toward that. So I think that's something that is definitely pressured on kids and is not always the best choice for them. All right, but on that note, I do have to get going. Again, it was wonderful talking to you all. I hope you're all here when I get back. Dude in my old neighborhood is new sea guy. I made tons of money. Absolutely. Yeah, the money isn't all in college. And sometimes it's not about money. It's about your personal happiness in life. So, and granted, a job is a job to one degree. But on the other hand, if you're doing something that you hate doing simply because that's what you got your degree in and that's all that was available in that field, then again, I'm going to say that wasn't the best choice. So, all right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.